Oh, you everybody's staying. All right, I'll take 3. I'll do 3.
How many do you have here?
Have they been causing any trouble, Mr. Radcliffe?
Curly Bill and his boys are always welcome here, Hollister. You starting something?
Maybe. My deputy tells me you've been dragging your heels about paying taxes.
Don't take your job too seriously.
I'll send Charlie around again. Don't waste our time.
Come on, Monk, pick up your cards. Nobody keeps Curly Bill waiting.
Yeah, sure. I could see some Johnny Law try and collect taxes from me.
Oh, relax. You ain't got to kill every lawman you see.
An actual account from the pages of my newspaper, the Tombstone Epitaph. This is the way it happened. In the town too tough to die.
Tombstone Territory.
August 6, 1881. Curly Bill Brocious, leader of the Galeville outlaws, had been in town 2 days and nights gambling and celebrating. It was one of his periodic visits from which it always took Tombstone some time to recover.
Come on. Break that,
Too much light in here, and I'm sleepy. Well, good night. Curly, you better take your boys and get out of here.
Orders. We appreciate their business.
Yes, sir. Oh. I'll light it for you.
Look, fellas, we can't have any more of this.
Who's doing the shooting?
Well, I only lit Otis' cigar.
Yeah?
Nobody laughs at Curly Bill.
You better give me your gun, Curly.
My gun?
And then you and your boys ride out of town.
Give me your gun.
Sure. Well, go ahead. Take it. I said take it.
Take it, Charlie. Rest of you men, put your guns on the table.
Not me. I might just tree me as sheriff.
Not today.
Spread out, boys. One of us will get him.
One more move and the scattergun will open you up like a ripe watermelon.
On the table.
Go ahead, Monk. Looks like a Mexican standoff.
And if the shooting really starts, it'll look like the Alamo.
We get them back when we leave town, don't we? We got neighbors up in the hills we don't exactly see eye to eye with. There's even rustlers up there.
Send one of your men back to pick him up right now. Get him out of town.
We're leaving.
Well, Monk?
A real fancy tin horn, ain't you? All shining. Boots. Star. Good deeds. Someday I'm gonna dirty you up, mister.
I thought I might have me a big story.
Take the loads out of him, Charlie. Take him over to the office.
Yes, sir.
I won't send you a bill for the chandelier.
It's kind of torn up.
You handled them very well. Of course, you didn't make any friends for yourself.
Well, I wasn't exactly trying to.
In fact, you made an enemy or two. It could make tax collecting up there a little dangerous.
Up where?
The outlying districts. Who's going up to Galeville to collect from Curly Bill and the other rustlers?
There's nobody up there to pay taxes, Mr. Ratcliffe.
Just a bunch of outlaws, never paid taxes in their lives.
Try to collect taxes up there, a man could get himself killed.
Well, they're all part of our new county. Right, editor?
Well, that's true.
Then they should pay taxes the same as the rest of us do. They come in, shoot up the town, and we have to pay the bills.
Mr. Ratcliffe, those rustlers don't hold title to their lands. Any of the lands their buildings sit on. They just moved in, took over, and you know it.
I'm also a lawyer. There are different kinds of taxable property. They have personal property, cattle, horses, guns.
What are you after, Mr. Ratcliffe?
You were appointed sheriff of the county. Do your job or resign.
Mr. Clyburn, I guess I better have the epitaph print me up some more tax forms.
Clay, don't be pushed into this.
Their taxes will be collected. Just like yours will. See you later over at the office.
Yes, sir.
There's scarcely a man in Tombstone who'd blame you if you don't go up there.
There's one.
Ratcliffe. He just wants to get you killed so he can get his own man appointed sheriff.
You're being uncharitable. I think you'd rather I resigned.
Well, either way, he wants to dip his hands into those tax collections.
No argument there.
How many men you taking?
Take a lot of men, somebody's bound to get killed.
Well, what about you? Nobody's safe riding into Galeville. You should be taking the Fort Huachuca Cavalry.
Taking this. This old scattergun take the fight out of a lot of men at close quarters. You know, outlaws are a peculiar breed. Don't mind getting killed with a nice clean bullet, but they get real jumpy when they might get messed up with a shotgun.
August 7, 1881. Clay Hollister rode out of Tombstone, alone, through the Dragoons to the rugged Chiricahuas, down the eastern slope to the San Pedro Valley, where Curly Bill Brocious held sway. August 8, 1881. He rode into the guns of Galeville.
What is it?
Well, looks like we got ourselves a Johnny Law. I can see his star reflecting in the sun.
Well, he must be lost. It's your friend, Monk.
Yeah. He's mine.
Hollister.
I'm doing some assessment work for the county.
We don't belong to no county.
You're part of the new one set up by the territory.
And we don't belong to no territory, nor no United States.
You're a long way from home, mister.
I know the feeling up here, Mr. Brocious. That's why I looked you up.
You come looking for me alone?
Taxes have never been collected up here,
That's right.
so I'm deputizing you
Me?
to help me collect the taxes.
Oh, that's the closest I ever been to a badge.
Sick me on him, Curly.
Might stir up some shooting.
I figured if I rode on alone, I might get held up, lose the money.
I'll do it. Me, a deputy collecting taxes.
I figured you'd know who to assess.
Why, I'll make every one of them rawhide rustlers pay up. Howie, put some Sabellian beans in a saddlebag. Somebody catch me a cayuse. Come on, let's ride.
What's the show of me going along?
Oh, I don't need you this trip.
Keep you from getting shot in your sleep.
He won't shoot me, and I won't shoot him. Leastwise, not in Curly Bill country.
Yeah, you and me was going to Mexico for a herd.
Oh, a little cattle buying deal. You ramrodded, Monk. I got official business. Besides, who knows? We may collect more money in taxes than we'd make in a dozen cattle deals.
Five will get you 10. He kills Hollister.
I hope he don't, so I can have him.
August 9, 1881. The lawman and the outlaw rode together to collect the taxes. Clay Hollister was taken to hideouts known only to Curly Bill Brocious.
Oh, it's you, Bill.
That's right, Lank.
Well, I saw his store and... Well, what in thunder's this?
This here's my pal from Tombstone assessing taxes. I'm his collecting deputy.
Well, I ain't got nothing to pay no taxes on.
I seed you drive a herd up Skeleton Canyon. You ain't gonna tell this lawman they was stole, are you?
Well, of course not. Them cattle belong to me.
Here's your tax bill, Mr. Strayhorn. According to Deputy Brocious' count.
Well, none of us ain't never paid no taxes.
Lank, I've been telling the sheriff that we're all nice, law-abiding citizens.
Yeah, I know, but this says 200 head. All I drove off was 150.
Then go steal some more. We can't be making out new tax bills. We got a lot of you short sports to cover. Look, we gotta build schools for the young'uns, Calvin. Well, you don't want them tiny types to grow up like us. Do you? Well, do you? No. Well, then get it.
This place up on the hill, Bill.
Oh, some old duffer runs a little store. Nothing worth taxing. You may camp out in the holler over there. I want to go say hello. Don't wait up for me. I may get to chinning.
Mag, you're a corker.
Oh, Bill, you're sweet. Door's open.
Good evening.
Well, good evening.
I told you to make camp.
I got lonely. I thought you said some old duffer ran this place.
Well, it used to. Country's getting all womaned up. That's the trouble.
Aren't you going to introduce me?
Well, this is Mag Davis. Mag, this here's the sheriff I was telling you about, collecting taxes.
Hello, Miss Davis.
It's Mag. Not often we see your kind up here.
Lawman?
No, just your kind.
I saw your corral behind the store. About 20 head of horses?
Oh, about 23.
You own them?
Mm-hmm, I own them. But I'm no rustler, Sheriff. Cowboys just like to give me horses. Don't you, Bill?
You can't tax Mag. She's just a hard-working gal trying to get along. Come on, let's go.
How much do I owe?
Oh, no thanks, man. It wouldn't amount to anything.
Well, in that case, I'll figure my own.
Oh, hold on. That's enough. You ready, Bill?
Waiting on you.
Good night, Bill. Drop in again.
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Hollister.
Yes, Miss Davis?
Good night.
Hollister.
Good night, man.
We ain't paying no taxes to nobody.
I never thought I'd have to hit a McLowry. Give me my gun!
No, we're after money, not killing.
Yeah, that's right. We're after money. Well, good night.
Good night, Bill.
You better move this money.
Yeah, I trust you.
Don't be too sure. I can be a mean cuss when the pot gets big.
I believe it.
Well, after all, I got a reputation to hold up.
You said you wouldn't shoot me in my sleep.
Yeah, that's what I said.
That about enough tax collecting?
Yeah.
Well, this about wraps it up.
Yep.
If I can get it back to Tombstone.
Well, you might turn the trick. You're pretty smart for a lawman. Not like your deputy back at the Crystal Palace. Hand me your gun, he says. He stands there and he says, hand me your gun. Hand me your guns. One at a time. Now, butt up. Hand it to me, butt down.
Looks like another Mexican standoff.
Yeah. You're all right, son. Real nervy.
It's quite a compliment coming from you.
But let me warn you, don't tangle with Monk.
I may have to. Thanks, Bill. You made a fine deputy.
Don't I get to keep the band?
Compliments of the county.
You wish you never seen that badge, Curly. Everybody between here and Tombstone's laughing at you.
Me?
Right, Howie? Played for a sucker by that smart pistol.
He's baiting you, Bill.
Nobody laughs at Curly Bill. Nobody.
They are, thanks to your friend.
You got it all figured out, haven't you, Monk?
Where's my boys?
Between here and Tombstone. In case the sheriff here tries to get off with the tax money.
I'm going through.
They'll really be laughing at you, Curly, if you let him get away with all that money.
I'm still in Curly Bill country. He gave his word.
You're crawling, Johnny Law. Did he make you pay taxes too, Curly?
Me?
I marked his taxes paid for services rendered.
Now you're begging.
Nope. Just trying to narrow it down, Monk. To you and me.
Yeah. You two been pawing the ground since the Crystal Palace. Go on. Lock horns.
That's just the way I want it.
I'm riding out, Monk.
You'll never make it to your horse. Come on. I'm just itching to dent that shiny new badge. You wouldn't be aiming to blind me with that badge now, would you? Big Johnny Law. I've been waiting a long time for this.
Trouble, Monk, you've been waiting too long. You're all tensed up. Don't make a mistake.
I never have. What's that supposed to be?
Just relaxing my trigger finger.
You're stalling. Go for your guns.
Don't you know the relaxed muscles react a lot faster than tense ones, Monk?
Quit talking, go for your guns.
Don't you know, Monk, this is the way a piano player warms up his fingers so they'll go faster?
Draw!
Don't you try it, Monk?
Make your move!
Did you ever play the piano, Monk?
You tricked me. All that talk. Dirty Johnny Law trick.
Tricks to stay alive. Throw the other one in the tank, Monk. Don't do anything foolish, I'll have to kill you. Soak it!
Dirty Johnny Law.
Some of the boys will thank you.
Howie, come here. Was they really laughing at me?
Nah.
Right, Bill? That's a lot of money. Man shouldn't make no promises.
You heard anything, Charlie?
Well, he's 4 days overdue. If he doesn't show up soon, we'll just have to wire Governor Fremont in Prescott and have him appoint another sheriff.
Your man, Radcliffe?
Well, he's a logical choice. We have to have someone to keep order.
You holding a wait for somebody?
Bill, let me help you.
Count it, Charlie.
Yes, sir.
You run into trouble?
Yeah? Monk's dead, and coming through the mountains, two of Curly Bill's boys showed a keen interest in the tax money.
I want you to know that I'm glad to see you back.
I knew you would be.
You collected all that?
Well, I had some help. How about some dinner?
On me.
All right. But the county's going to buy me a barbershop bath. Write me an expense account, Charlie, $1.
Yeah.
Oh, and Mr. Radcliffe, you better pay your taxes.
Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be, whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory. If your past has run afoul of the law, it's a handy place to be, 'cause your future's just as good as your draw in Tombstone territory. Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be, whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory.
Gonna try for him again, Hollister? That may be the third time's the charm, Sid. Sorry, but this is as far as you can go for now.
My ticket called for passage to Bisbee. Who are you?
Clay Hollister, Sheriff of Tombstone. There'll be another stage along here in a few hours.
A few hours. My time's worth money.
What's the value you put on your life, mister?
My life?
Yeah. There's been an outlaw raiding the stages on this line. We think this one's going to be next.
You think so? Is that
He's a killer. Sid? You ride along inside. First sign of trouble, you grab the floorboards, right?
Right, Sheriff.
An actual account from the pages of my newspaper, the Tombstone Epitaph. This is the way it happened. In the town too tough to die.
Tombstone territory.
The stage was nearing Tombstone. It began to look as if nothing was going to happen.
Oh, Mike!
Hold it right where you are!
Dead. I should have made him stay back at that depot.
Wish we had our horses. The way you winged that fellow, we had a chance to catch him.
Well, nothing we can do till we get back to town.
What's up?
I don't know. I've seen that fella someplace before.
Nobody I know.
I've seen him. Take care of the driver, Charlie. I gotta ride out again.
Is he hurt bad?
He's dead.
What about the killer? Did he get away?
I winged him. Howell and Diamond.
You remember us?
Yeah, I remember you. I told you never to come back to Tombstone.
Heard you had trouble running into an outlaw. Thought we might help you to run him down.
Well, you wouldn't be interested. This one's a killer, not a defenseless Indian.
Oh, we ain't going after Injuns no more. Ain't enough reward money in it. Anyway, that was an accident the time we killed the wrong one.
You want to give us the information on this here outlaw?
We'll handle it ourselves. There's no business here for bounty hunters.
Most sheriffs appreciate us helping them out.
Well, go find yourself one that does. I don't want to see you here when I get back.
Hollister, third stage killing in a month. When is this outlaw going to be caught?
I'm as concerned about this as you are, Mr. Mayor.
Now, I don't mean to criticize our sheriff, but I feel we should bring in some outside help.
Well, this may be a solution to our problem, gentlemen. I just printed these. Reward, $500 in gold coin will be paid by the stage company for the apprehension, dead or alive, of the outlaw murderer of Kim Monroe, Lem Bailey, and Sid Linden. It's a start in the right direction, but he's worth more than $500. Well, that's all the stage line thinks he's worth.
Well, we have a civic responsibility to see that it goes higher.
Well, what are you getting at, Fred?
Well, post a reward that means something. Somebody will bring him in. We've got to make it profitable enough so that every bounty hunter in this territory will be willing to try and get him. Now, let's get up a real jackpot. Here's $100 to sweeten it.
Well, I'll just see your 100, Mr. Mayor. And raise you 50. And the epitaph will print the posters free.
Good, good. Come on, men, now, come on. This is only a drop in the bucket. Let's get this up in the thousands. The faster we get the money, the faster we get him.
Looks like maybe we ought to stick around a while, huh?
What about the sheriff?
Forget the sheriff.
Hello, Charlie.
Something I can do for you, Mr. Donlin?
Oh, I'm just making my rounds. I thought you might like to add a little something to the reward money I'm collecting.
Sure do. Just wish it was more.
That's all right, Charlie. Every little bit helps. I'll just put your name on the list here.
Oh, don't bother with my name, Mr. Donlin. Just say it's for Sid Linden.
Yeah, you know, that's the way everybody's donating. In memory of Sid, Monroe, and Bailey. Well, Charlie, you catch that killer, you'll get this money back with pretty good interest.
Reward money?
Yeah.
Law officers aren't entitled to bounties. Catching a criminal's part of our job. Clay and me, we'd give a lot more than money for the chance to bring him in. Any luck?
No sign of him, Charlie.
Well, maybe this will do the trick.
Yeah, I saw that outside. Who bumped it up to 5,000?
Mayor Donlin started it.
Tom, what are you doing? Why aren't you in school?
I was going later, Mom. Truly I was. Mr. Clyburn's paying me 2 bits. Said this was a civic job.
Sure, that's it. His name's Masters. Frank Masters.
Who?
The outlaw.
Name don't mean anything to me.
Mm-hmm.
Thought you were looking at that woman and kid.
I was. That's Lucy Masters, Frank's wife.
His wife? And the kid?
Is Frank's son. I knew I'd seen that killer someplace before. Seeing her just now reminded me of it.
Well, why don't we talk to her? Maybe she knows something.
No, it won't do any good. She has no interest in Masters. Hasn't seen him in a couple of years. Matter of fact, I understand she even brought up the kid believing his pa was dead.
Masters lived here in town?
Tried his hand at homesteading. And after his first crop failed, he just ran off. Saddled up and left his wife and kid. Look, Charlie, you might as well have some dinner. I'll go out and walk the town. You guys ever work? I told you to get out of town.
We're going, Sheriff. You got no call to keep us from carrying on an honest business.
Well, bounty hunting's one thing. But you two are scavengers. You got just 15 minutes.
Oh, Sheriff.
Yeah?
My name is Bill Sherwood. I wonder if maybe I could talk with you for a minute.
What's on your mind?
Can we make it private?
You now have 14 minutes. 13 is very unlucky. Come on over to my office. Sit down, Miss Sherwood. All right, shoot.
I know where Frank Masters is hiding out.
There's nothing like $5,000 to remind a man of his duty, is it, Charlie?
No, it ain't nothing like that. That reward belongs to Lucy Masters.
Why, Lucy?
Oh, I'm just delivering the message for her. She told me where he's hiding.
Thought you was through with Frank.
I guess she was, Charlie. Until now.
Yeah, that's it on account of the boy. I'll draw you a map.
As long as you know where he is, you take me there.
You'll see that Lucy gets the reward?
When I get him, she'll get the money.
Pretty cold-blooded. Woman turning in her husband to collect reward money.
Yeah. That 5,000 really got action. You wait right here.
There's the sheriff. My horse is over here.
Looks like they're in a pretty big rush. Think that fellow had something important to tell Hollister?
So?
You know anything any more important than $5,000?
You think he's turning in the outlaw?
Ain't no harm in seeing where they go. If they go far enough, we may wind up doing just what he said. Getting out of town.
Clay Hollister rode out of town with the informer, Bill Sherwood. The bounty hunters followed at a distance.
See anything back there?
Dust?
There's no wind. That's riders. You tell anybody else about Masters?
No.
And they're following us.
Well, you're the sheriff. Ain't there something you can do about it?
There's no law against following us.
What if he's after Masters, too?
Have to take him away from me first. Let's shake him.
Looks like he's trying to lose us.
I don't like this. Hollister's tricky. He could ambush us.
For $5,000, I'll risk it.
He's in there, through that crack in the rocks.
Drop it, Masters.
September 21, 1881. The bounty hunters picked up Clay Hollister's trail. The sheriff waited for Masters to regain consciousness.
Lie easy, Masters. You're hurt real bad.
I didn't know it was you, Sheriff.
Sure.
Should have saved yourself the trouble. Bandage ain't gonna help what I got.
Consumption?
Doc said I had about a year, maybe. It was before your lead hit my lung.
There's a lot of your lead buried in Boot Hill.
Who turned me in?
Can't say.
Doesn't matter. Always thought I could get enough. Go to San Francisco. Enjoy myself that final year.
There's a lot of men had that same idea and left their wives waiting for them.
Always figured I'd make a big stake. Send my wife something. 5 tries. All I get out of it is this.
And 3 dead men. Think about that sometime, Masters.
Come on. I gotta get you back to Tombstone.
We're taking another trail back. It's going to be a rough ride.
You can do me a favor, Sheriff.
Yeah?
Kill me now. Save you trouble and me pain.
We'll ride easy.
Hollister's riding with a wounded man. That'll make it easier. Let's go.
Oh. Looks like they took the back way out. Come on, let's go. Here you go, Frank.
Thanks. You trying to save me from hanging? I'd sure like to disappoint you.
Hollister's reputation, let's make sure.
Yeah, I guess you're right. It's going slow. There ain't no rush.
They ought to hit that divide in about an hour. We can get there sooner than that. Come on.
Ooh. That's right. Tell him, Bill. Hurry. Take it easy, boy.
I'm scared of dying, Chef. Don't let me die.
I guess we're all scared to die, Frank.
Come on. This way.
How do we know he'll take that road instead of the other one?
With a wounded man, be sure to take the downhill trail, even if it is longer.
Yeah, I guess you're right. We can hide out behind those rocks over there. That way he'll show us his back as he's riding by us.
That's the way I like it. Come on.
Hide the horses over there.
That's them.
Frank? Frank? Looks like we make it.
What are they saying? I can't make it out.
We can take the uphill road from here and be in town that much quicker. Come on.
They're taking the other trail.
Maybe we can get a shot at him as he ride by up there.
Yeah. make sure of the bounty. You get the sheriff. Got him. Get the horses. We got to get up there.
All right, Hal, drop it. Throw it away, Diamond.
Don't shoot, Hollister. I'm unarmed. Don't shoot.
Don't touch the pistol.
All right, come on. All right, Diamond. There's another body for you to rope on a horse. Get him. Where's the reward money, Mr. Mayor? I want to pay off tonight. Miss Masters, you know the editor.
Miss Masters?
May we come in?
My son's asleep. It's about Frank, isn't it?
We brought him back to town, ma'am. He's dead. That's your reward.
My reward?
He was right where you said he'd be.
Where I said he'd be. I haven't seen or heard from Frank in years.
Well, the man you sent took me right to where he was hiding.
I didn't send anybody to you.
Bill Sherwood.
I don't know anybody named Bill Sherwood. Unless it could have been one of those friends of Frank's. Are you giving me this because you thought that...
Nobody more deserving, ma'am.
$5,000. Fortune. Right after the baby came, Frank said, someday he'd do something big for us.
Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be, whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory. If your past has run afoul of the law, it's a handy place to be. 'Cause your future's just as good as your draw in Tombstone territory. Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be. Whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory.
Tombstone.
Half day, maybe. Link went ahead to check. Just can't wait to blow the dust out, eh, son?
After 6 weeks of this, you're right.
Yeah, just don't forget it's only a stopover. You save your head of steam till we get this herd to the fort. Fill our Army contract.
Sure, Bob, anything you say. Just a little bit of steam in Tombstone.
About 10 miles to go, Sam.
Yep. Can't be any too close for Tully.
How's he holding up?
Like a Brewster should. This drive will simmer him a little low. He's sure looking forward to treeing Tombstone.
So am I, Sam. So am I.
An actual account from the pages of my newspaper, the Tombstone Epitaph. This is the way it happened. In the town too tough to die.
Tombstone territory.
The afternoon of November 1, 1881. Sam Brewster and his trail drivers finally bedded the herd and rode for Tombstone.
Come on, Dan! Come on, Whitey! Come on, Link. Let's go! Let's go!
I don't relish your job today, Clay. Not with Brewster's crew.
Oh, Sam Brewster's been in town before. Charlie and I always manage to keep him in line.
There's always a first time. It's too bad there isn't a special street somewhere off in the desert just for cowhands coming in off a long drive. Might save a lot of wear and tear on a town.
Yeah, but I don't think the business interests in Tombstone would appreciate it.
Looks like it's time for you to start protecting their interests.
All right. See you around.
All right, Sam. Have your boys check the guns. Don't want to get anybody hurt. And the town's yours.
Now, boys, let's do what the man says.
I don't go naked for nobody.
Right out the way you came in.
Whoever heard of no guns in a town?
You're a new face, mister, so I give it to you straight. When you look like trouble, you check your guns, and you look like trouble. So step down and check your hardware.
Check 'em, boys. We're wasting time.
Hey, looks like somebody's finally gonna get you to take off them guns.
There's more than one place to carry a gun. Come on.
Looks like we almost had trouble.
It's early yet, Mr. Clyburn. Early. Simmer down, boy. You're not going anywhere. Oh, things quiet, Charlie?
Kinda. Just saw Sam Brewster sending 2 wagon loads of supplies out to his camp. He and his boys sure spread cash when they come in.
So long as that's all they spread. I figured things were getting too quiet. the fight's over.
It's about time you showed up, Sheriff. Look at the place.
You all right, Tully?
Yeah.
What about the damages you did?
What about it, Sam? Your boys play kind of rough.
Okay, Hollister. My crew's wrecked better places than this, and I've always paid up. What covers it?
Oh, I'd say about 300. Including the 2 holes I put in the ceiling. Pay them off and then get your boys out of town. They've had their fun.
Big talk when you've got the guns.
Could be, mister, but that's the way it is. Pay up and move out.
Let's get out of this town.
Remember the name, lawman. Wink Thompson. Maybe someday I'll be caught on the hand.
Make sure you can handle it if you do.
Sure glad to get rid of them.
Paperwork. You better get with it.
I'll make the rounds for you.
Thanks, Charlie.
Hey, Link. Where's Tully?
Beats me. I thought he was holding up the rear.
I'll go back.
Better ride along with you. There might be trouble.
No, we're too short-handed as it is. May as well get the herd moving. It's cooling off and get some miles on them. No loss of weight.
You're the boss.
Tully and I'll catch up.
I sure would like to run into that sheriff again.
I hope we don't run into any Indians. Gotta get these cows to the fort.
And then?
Tombstone, maybe. No herd to worry about.
I don't like it, boss. Just sitting there waiting. I don't like it.
This money's as good as anybody else's.
Sheriff ain't gonna like it either.
Maybe that's who he's waiting for. Wouldn't be any skin off my nose.
Hey, Otis. Take it easy, Brewster. One fight a night's enough.
Not in my book. Not when somebody's holding my hands in the first one.
That was an accident, kid. Come on, step up to the bar.
I don't drink with a man that's got a yellow streak in him.
You don't mean that. You've been celebrating.
So now a Texan can't even celebrate a little, huh?
I better find Hollister, huh?
Yeah.
There, maybe you can use that for drinking.
Better get out of here, Brewster. Hey, Ted.
Yeah, Mr. Radcliffe.
Nobody moves. I still got a little unfinished business here.
It's finished now, Brewster.
Somebody get a doctor.
We'll get him over to Doc Cunningham.
Who did it?
Easy, Sam. He pulled a hidden gun. Charlie here had to shoot him.
That's right, Brewster. It was self-defense.
How is he? That's tough to say. That slug's gonna have to come out first.
Call a doctor. I'll get one of my own.
Easy, Sam. Charlie, get him over to Cunningham's. Can somebody help him?
I'll help him.
You can't do any good over there, Sam. The doc knows his job.
Dr. Cunningham's the best in the territory, Mr. Brewster.
He better be the best in the territory, Hollister.
He is.
Because if my boy dies, I'll take this town apart to get that deputy.
Wait a minute. He can't do that. It was self-defense.
You don't know what you're saying, Sam. These are witnesses.
You get this straight, Hollister. All of you. If my boy dies, my whole crew's coming back. And nobody checks our guns.
That's a real quick-tempered man.
I don't want any trouble out of you, Brocious. Not today.
Trouble? Me?
Why don't you get back to Galeville with your own crowd of thugs?
Oh, things are getting a little tame up there.
Yeah? Well, just stay in line.
I have to. Curly Bill Brocious without a gun.
Which is why I made you check it.
Well, you know I don't start no trouble. I finished a little in my time.
Is Brewster just talking? Or did he mean what he said?
His kind don't talk just to be heard. I got an idea you'll have something to print before this is over. It won't be a basket social.
November 2, 1881. Tully Brewster lingered between life and death. Sam Brewster had ridden out of town, but his grim warning stayed behind and remained uppermost in the minds of a crowd that waited outside Dr. Cunningham's office.
How's young Brewster?
He's dead.
Looks as if we're in for it. All of us.
November 5, 1881. A sudden fear gripped Tombstone. The righteous element was doing an about-face.
Now it's like I'm telling you. Brewster has always brought a lot of business to this town, and I say, let's get rid of Charlie Riggs.
What are you really worried about, Fred? Your store? Or let's be honest, your skins if you have to back up your own law.
And so that's the way I see it. Why should we stick our noses out to protect the deputy sheriff? What's so funny?
Well, I was just thinking how much better you'd like it if Clay Hollister was in that deputy's boots right now.
The town's split wide open.
Yeah, I know.
Well, what do you intend to do?
I'll be around.
That's all I wanted to know. That's my lead for the paper.
Oh, pardon me, Mr.
Sure, Charlie.
The mayor wants to see you over in his store.
Might as well get it over with.
Look, Clay, if this is what they want...
Keep it, Charlie. You're my appointment, not theirs.
You won't find a better piece of equipment. Excuse me, I have some official business to do. I'll be with you in a minute. Clay, I...
Don't apologize, Fred. Just get to the point.
Clay, you know how it is. Ever since that boy died, everybody's been thinking
Thinking what, Fred? We ought to get rid of Charlie?
Well, if we do, maybe Brewster won't tear up the town, huh? Now, Clay, most of us have families.
And that's why Tombstone wanted law and order. Isn't that what my office calls for, Mr. Mayor?
Oh, Clay.
Let me tell you something. As long as I wear this badge, Charlie Riggs stays as my deputy.
Now, look, Clay, all we want...
It doesn't matter what you want. Sam Brewster's calling the shots this trip. What's on your mind, Radcliffe?
A couple of us boys been thinking things over. We want you to get rid of your deputy.
Well, I'll say this for you. At least you come right out with it. Let me tell you something. A town that won't fight for itself isn't worth fighting for.
Tell us something else, Hollister. If you feel that way, why bother making it your fight at all?
Well, you probably wouldn't understand this, Mr. Radcliffe, but I don't run from trouble.
There goes the man, Radcliffe.
As the days clocked off, the town showed its fear more and more. Tombstone wasn't as tough as it thought it was. Not yet, anyway. November 16, 1881, saw Link Thompson ride into town to get the word. And the word was on its way to Sam Brewster.
How far behind do you think Brewster is?
Couple of days, Charlie. No more.
There's only one way to handle this, Clay.
Yeah, Charlie?
Tombstone's scared, Clay. I've never seen him like this.
Oh, I've never had to face anything like this before. You were saying there's a way, Charlie?
The way I look at it, Link Thompson's the key.
Thompson?
Yeah, he was almost smiling when he rode out of here. Smelled a big gunfight.
If I stop him, Brewster won't ride in. You know that.
Oh, whoa.
Well, I think you're crossing the wrong stream. Brewster's running the show.
Well, maybe, maybe not. Here's a partial rundown on Mr. Link Thompson. Some of the peace officers I wired came back with answers.
Well, judging from these, he's as mean as he talks.
Let's just say he's a killer.
Well, I could tell he was a tough old lion, but this...
We're wasting time, Clay. It's my job. I'm going after Thompson.
Oh, and catch a rifle bullet. Look, Charlie, be smart. Don't you realize that Link isn't going to let you close enough to catch him before he gets the news back to Brewster? He's just aching for a brawl.
Are you trying to say that Brewster would back down if it weren't for his gunslinger?
Well, knowing Sam, I doubt it.
Well, then I don't understand.
But anyway, Link will keep Sam so needled that even if we had a chance to reason with him, we can't now.
Well, then Charlie's right. You should have stopped Thompson from leaving when he rode in.
On what grounds?
Well, what about these?
Well, the only problem with that is they've never been able to prove that it wasn't self-defense.
Well, then we're right back where we were.
That's right, Harris. To quote you, with a scared town.
Harris, you've got to do something about Hollister. He'll listen to you. We don't want Brewster's kind of trouble around here.
That's right, Harris.
It's too bad you two won't face the real issue.
You want to see killings in this town? Whose side are you on, anyway?
I'm for Tombstone. That's the side the epitaph's on. I'll write the story either way. This town can hold its head high or down in the dust. The answer's up to you.
I just got word from one of my boys riding through from Galeville. Sam Brewster's on his way in.
Oh?
Said he saw him a couple miles behind him, coming in with his men.
What's your interest in this, Brosius?
Oh, no interest. Just sitting and watching. Having a little trouble running the town, Sheriff?
Don't you make any. May as well meet him outside of town. There's no point in having it happen on the streets.
I'm with you there.
You're staying right here.
What are you talking about? All this is my fault.
None of it is your fault. You are enforcing the law. Look, Charlie, your being there just guarantee a shooting.
Yeah, but look.
You're staying here. It's an order.
If you'll wait a minute, I'll get a horse.
Mr. Clyburn, if you were as good with the rifle as you are with the printing press, it'd be a pleasure, but thanks just the same. Anybody else want to ride along?
I do, Sheriff. I guess there ain't no argument about how I could use one of these now, is there?
None whatsoever. There's your horse.
Curly Bill Brocious riding with the law.
This town ought to feel real proud of itself.
I don't see Charlie riding.
I guess the sheriff figures there's no sense asking for a shooting. Anyway, it'll take a lot of guns if the play starts. How about it?
As far as you go, Sam.
You know better than that?
No sense talking. Let's give them what they gave your boy.
Deal your own hands, Sam. Nobody has to talk for you.
I want that deputy. We're riding in.
Into this?
What good are those?
All right, boys, we're riding through.
Take a good look, Sam.
Looks like I forgot one thing, Hollister. You can't fight a town.
You called it. Now turn around and ride out. And take that with you.
Get him patched up.
About people. Comes to a showdown, they stick together.
Someone once said it much better than we can.
What's that?
Wars make strange bedfellows. That's the way it happened. In the town too tough to die.
Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be, whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory. If your past has run afoul of the law, it's a handy place to be. 'Cause your future's just as good as your draw in Tombstone territory. Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be. Whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory.
I warned him and his cowboys stay out of Tombstone.
What are you gonna do?
Get a rifle and get up on that roof.
You can't face them alone.
I said, get a rifle.
An actual account from the pages of my newspaper, the Tombstone Epitaph. This is the way it happened in the town too tough to die.
Tombstone Territory.
The sheriff of Tombstone met head-on with influential, almost legendary cattle king from Galeno, Hody Taylor.
Well, the big man or the big bad?
You're not wanted here.
Who says?
I say. I told you that when you wrecked the town the last time.
That's funny. I must not have heard.
You hear me now. Don't get down.
See that my horse gets some water.
Get back in that saddle.
I brought my boys into town for a celebration.
Last time you celebrated, 2 citizens were shot and one of them died.
That's too bad. Don't try to stop me. You may be next.
Get out of town.
Hollister, nobody talks to Hody Taylor like that and lives.
Get out and stay out.
Not Hody Taylor. I'm gonna kill you.
Stop those guns!
Now turn around and start riding.
Hody Taylor was dead. 2 days later, men from his hometown of Galeno, Arizona, arrived to claim his body.
Telegram for you from Tucson.
Oh, thank you. County Sheriff's meeting. Don't give me much time.
We just had a meeting a few months ago.
It looks like they're getting more frequent.
You going?
Just about have to. I'm taking a special stage coming through from Bisbee.
July 22. Clay Hollister left on the stage for Tucson. But there was something about that ride that was unusual. There was no express freight up on top, no mail sacks, and no shotgun messenger for the trip. And no other passengers.
I gotta pick up a shipment. Why don't you get out and stretch your legs for a while?
Brave man. What's this all about? Know what town this is?
Galeno.
Galeno. Home of Hodie Taylor. The late Hodie Taylor.
You see, I'm going to be a little bit late for my meeting in Tucson.
We sent you that telegram. We arranged for the stagecoach.
Why?
We figured if we just plain invited you, you might not come. Yeah. We wanted everybody in Galeno to see you close up.
All this for Hodie Taylor?
That's right, mister.
Boys, you're on the wrong track. Hodie Taylor was a killer.
We know what Hodie Taylor was and what you are.
We hear you're pretty fast with a gun.
So we want you to draw.
Go on. Draw for us.
I got no reason to draw.
You had no reason to draw on Hodie Taylor.
He forced it.
We know your kind, Hollister. A gunslinger with a badge. Quick trigger sheriff.
Shoot first. Ask questions later.
Draw.
You gonna shoot me down?
Draw, because if you don't...
Don't like the odds.
Told you wouldn't. You want it in the saloon.
Why?
Get going.
Take his guns. Your name?
What is this?
A trial.
A trial?
You're getting a better chance than you gave Hodie.
Your name?
You're trying me?
That's right.
Because of Hodie Taylor?
I asked your name.
Clay Hollister.
Occupation?
Peace officer.
Peace officer?
This trial will be conducted in an orderly manner. Clay Hollister, you are hereby charged with the murder of Hodie Taylor.
Hodie Taylor was killed while resisting the law.
Hodie Taylor never broke no law in his life.
I don't believe you really knew Hodie Taylor. These people did.
He built a school here.
With his own money. 2 of my children go to that school. I have 3. They wouldn't be getting an education if it wasn't for Hodie.
He built the church, too, and gave it to our town. His town. As a present.
What have you got to say now?
What I've been saying. Look, your Hodie Taylor was...
He owned the only bank in town. There's never been one worthy person turned down for a loan. And you killed him.
I was exonerated in Tombstone at a coroner's inquest.
We're not interested in what happened at an inquest in Tombstone.
There was never any question as to the circumstances of Hodie Taylor's death.
There is here in Galeno.
You have no right to hold this trial.
We'll decide who has the rights here.
You've plumb run out of them, mister.
I'm an appointed officer. A peace officer who killed a man in the line of duty.
We've heard enough.
Isn't there somebody responsible here?
I am responsible. I am the mayor.
Well, if you're the mayor, why don't you do something about this?
Do something about it. This was my idea. There were people here who wanted to go to Tombstone and shoot you on sight. I demanded a just trial.
Trial, huh?
The killer of Hodie Taylor must stand trial. Hodie Taylor was the town of Galeno. Him and him alone. Some towns have senators, congressmen, educators. Well, we had our man, too. A man we loved and respected. And you killed him.
You use the word trial, but you pass sentence in advance. This is the worst kind of kangaroo court.
This trial is fair in every sense.
Huh? In that case, I'll be granted time to prepare a defense.
Don't give him nothing.
What defense is there?
I want until tomorrow and permission to use the telegraph office.
Telegraph office?
I still say don't give him anything.
I move that his request be granted.
I second the motion.
You can't let him use the telegraph office?
He'll wire for outside help.
I believe the motion is carried.
This court is adjourned until 9 o'clock tomorrow morning.
July 22, 1881. Nobody knew Clay Hollister was in Galeno. Nobody but the citizens of the bitter town.
Request all information available, Hody Taylor, signed Hollister.
That's right. Send that to the peace officers of Ellsworth, Casper, Deadwood, and Tombstone.
Not Tombstone.
Trying to tell him you're here? What kind of answers do you expect to get?
The truth.
The truth about Hody Taylor will shame you to your boot tops.
You know him any place except in Tombstone?
No. But I know about him. Where to now?
Jail.
I just thought about something. Hollister's had it pretty easy so far.
Wouldn't be right to rough him up. Not with him wearing those.
Isn't what I have in mind.
No?
Let's take him out to Hody's ranch. Let him look into the eyes of Hody's widow. Let him stand there and tell her he's the one who shot her husband down.
We'll do it.
Lived good, didn't he?
I had to knock you off that horse. Yes, mister, he lived good. He had a lot to live for. When you shot him down, you made the biggest mistake you're ever gonna make.
One thing I'll say for you people of Galeno, you sure know how to hate.
You're gonna find out how much.
You watch him, Jess. I'll tell her he's here.
Come in.
Excuse me, Mrs. Taylor, but there's somebody out there you might or might not want to see. I thought I'd better ask you first.
Who is it?
Man who shot him.
No, why would I want to see that killer? What's he doing in Galeno?
You didn't think we'd let Hody's murder go unpunished?
I suppose not. But the man is sheriff of Tombstone, isn't he?
We don't care who he is or what he is. We've given him a day to make a defense. First thing tomorrow morning, there'll be a trial. Everything legal.
What you mean is that you're going to hang him legally.
Yes, ma'am. Tribute to your husband.
I've changed my mind. I'll see him.
All right, bring him in. Ain't you got something to say?
I was hoping that she had.
Just what do you mean by that?
Mrs. Taylor, the town of Galeno is accusing me of murder.
Do you expect me to object?
You knew him best. His ways, his doings, the kind of temper he had.
Are you asking the wife of the man you killed to justify your crime?
Who else can I ask?
I've loved one man, and only one. This is his house. The things you see are his. Treasures, mementos, trophies.
Mrs. Taylor,
Don't talk. Your gun has taken all this from me. These things, and him, forever. Even the town that was his. I'm leaving here tomorrow morning because I don't belong here anymore. To the things or to the people that were his.
Apologize to her.
I'm sorry this had to happen.
You made it happen.
Hody Taylor made it happen.
Get him out of here.
You got a nerve thinking she'd help you?
I almost lost my temper, and I'm about to lose it again.
You lost your temper the day Hody Taylor died. You and everybody else in this town.
Take the cuffs off of him. You won't need him in there.
You're getting kind of heavy.
We'll open his cell. You stay here.
Run for it, Hollister? Go ahead, run.
Figured you were hoping I would.
I saw you run.
We'll do it legal. Hollister gets a trial.
You should have run for it. It'd have been quicker.
I think we better see those.
You'll see all you want at the trial.
We could take them away from you.
What do they say, Paulie?
I thought this was supposed to be a fair trial.
It'll be a fair trial. Remember that when they drop the rope around your neck. It'll all be fair.
Good morning, Mrs. Taylor.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning. You still determined to leave us?
It's not my town anymore.
I never thought I'd see you leave Galeno, Mrs. Taylor.
I never thought I'd leave it either. Thank you for driving me in, Ed.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Get in. Yeah. In there. In there. Out.
What's that for?
In case there's a hanging, ma'am, we want to be ready. Now, don't let it upset you, Mrs. Taylor.
When will the trial be over?
She ain't gonna help you. Nobody is.
Write to us from California.
Yes, let us know how you are.
Of course I will. Thank you.
This trial is now continuing, and there will be no more delays, no matter what the reasons are. If you have a defense, you'd better make it.
All right. Here it is. Subject received cattle rustling amnesty during the Civil War from Union forces in order to become a Union raider. Subject was subsequently cashiered from his unit for shooting a superior officer. Subject wanted for murder in Ellsworth, Kansas. Subject wanted for holdup and killings, Deadwood, South Dakota. Subject wanted for more killings, southeastern Wyoming. Subject eluded capture, whereabouts unknown.
Any other evidence? Or are you through now?
Well, isn't that enough?
No, it ain't enough.
Well, all right. Yes, there is more evidence. There it is. Read it. Read it for yourself. It's all there. Names, dates, places.
It ain't enough because we don't believe it. The men that sent him are just trying to protect another killer hiding behind a badge. Hody Taylor wasn't any of those things. They're all lies. Lies. I say let's hang him. Hold it!
I'm going to take a couple of you with me, and I know just which one.
I had to come back. I want to know what his defense is.
It doesn't matter, Mrs. Taylor. It was all lies.
Was it? May I see the telegrams?
There's no need, ma'am. I've got this.
If Hody Taylor was your hero, what do you think he was to me? I loved him far more, I'm sure, than any of you. But there's been enough bloodshed. These telegrams told of his lust for power, his greed, his crushing people to amass a fortune, and of the men he has killed. And they are true. For that is the truth. Hody Taylor was not the man you knew him to be, except here in Galeno. But this town wasn't his home. It was his conscience. It was his way, his excuse to forgive himself for everything he had done before. He used to boast about that, but only to me. He boasted of his conquests and his killings.
I move that this man, Clay Hollister, be acquitted.
Mr. Caulfield?
Move a second.
Miss Taylor, I hope you like California.
Thank you, but I've decided to stay here. Goodbye.
See that the horse is returned.
Anytime. You intend bringing charges as a result of any of this?
No. This isn't a bad little town now.
Halt!
Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be, whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory. If your past has run afoul of the law, it's a handy place to be. 'Cause your future's just as good as your draw in Tombstone territory. Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be. Whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory.
Thank you. You've been very pleasant company, Mr. DeMarini. If you're going to be in Tombstone long, feel free to call on me.
I'm looking forward to seeing you very soon, madame.
Good afternoon.
What's going on, mister? These pigs tried to insult me. Next time, I will not be so tolerant.
An actual account from the pages of my newspaper, the Tombstone Epitaph. This is the way it happened, in the town too tough to die.
Tombstone territory.
DeMarini might be a stranger to Tombstone, but he certainly wasn't any stranger to the gambling tables. I had the feeling I'd heard the name before somewhere. Heard it or read it.
Play these.
2 and make them good ones.
I'll take 1. Your bet.
50 booze.
I call.
Straight flush.
10th high. Cheating.
You are not a gracious loser.
You're not only a cheat, you're a crawbelly coward.
Don't let your temper bury you, my friend. We seem to have a seat open. Care to sit in, Sheriff?
No, thank you. It's a little steep.
Too bad. I had a feeling you would be quite an opponent. My deal, I believe.
I've looked through every wanted bulletin in the file. There's just nothing on him.
I didn't think there would be. He's not the ordinary kind found in the wanted circulars.
Sure are serious about this campaign, Harris.
We've got to do something about this town before it's taken over by gamblers and fortune hunters and gunslingers.
Yeah, I know, but DeMarini has to step out of line before the law does anything.
This isn't just DeMarini. It's that whole element. Tombstone's sitting on a hill of silver, so every card sharp and killer has to come here. Well, the Epitaph plans to make it tough on them.
I'll back your play.
Wish they'd answer from St. Louis.
St. Louis?
Yeah, DeMarini had tags on his baggage. Hotel Danton, St. Louis. I wired Johnson to the dispatch. He'll let me know if they've got anything on him.
You sure do seem positive about this DeMarini.
Yeah. Call it intuition if you like. I just know he's up to no good. When he isn't gambling, he's playing the dashing Continental to Carol Thayer. And her Soledad mine.
Yeah.
We've been running about 80,000 a month. The deeper we go, the more the grade improves.
You're an amazing woman, Carol.
I don't imagine any woman could amaze you, Raoul.
Oh, you are not any woman. Just like I'm not any man. People like us are different, Carol. As different as high-grade ore from plain dust.
I'm glad I went to St. Louis.
If I had been your husband, I would name this after you.
Silver meant more to him than I did. It finally killed him. He wouldn't wait for the engineers to supervise a shoring in the lower level. He did it himself with a crew of Indians. It collapsed on him. That was 2 years ago.
You have been alone since then. You're not made for loneliness. You're a woman who should be surrounded with love and gaiety. I make no pretenses to you. All I can offer to you is my name and my love. If I could, I would lay the whole world at your feet. Paris, Vienna, whole Europe. A world of culture that would appreciate you for the lovely being that you are. I would make you forget this burned-out, arid country and people.
I must go home, Raoul.
I'll bet $20 hard cash he wears silk underdrawers. Any man that wears perfume and lace has got to wear silk drawers. It goes hand in hand.
Yeah, sure be interesting to find out. But I ain't gonna tangle that pig sticker of his, not me.
What's it worth to find out for sure?
Huh?
I seen Fancy Pants ride out of here a couple hours ago toward the Thayer's place. Give me $10 and I'll be back in 15 minutes for the pair of his drawers. Is it a deal?
Yeah. I'll put $2 in.
Here's a couple.
Who else will chip in?
I got 5.
There's $1. I got 2 over here.
Oh, I think we're wasting our money. He'll never do it.
Oh, yeah?
Thief, stop!
Pity about the wounded boy, Sheriff. Oh. I had no way of knowing he was so young.
I wish I could believe that.
I'd like to talk longer, but the lady's expecting me.
Well, get on your way. I wouldn't want to hold up your romance.
Au revoir, Sheriff.
Duarte, well known to gambling establishments, St. Louis and New Orleans. Notorious duelist known to have killed 4 men in pistol duels. Claims to be of French nobility. No proof in evidence. Advise you steer clear. Hope this helps. Johnson, dispatch. What are you going to do about this, Harris?
I'm going to print it. Let the people of Tombstone know exactly what DeMarney is.
Well, that's fine, but what about Carol Thayer?
She should be the first to read this. DeMarney's after the Soledad, and she hasn't sense enough to see it.
I don't think she's going to appreciate having the whole territory know that DeMorney's made a fool out of her. That's what'll happen if you print this.
Well, what do you suggest?
Let me show it to her.
The morning I'll be on the first stage out.
All right. I hope it works. She's a pretty stubborn girl.
I'm sorry you had to hear it from me, but it's better that way than reading it in the paper.
How dare you? A man couldn't love me for myself. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Listen, Carol.
You listen. Do you think I'm one of your dried-up tombstone drabs? Look at me. I'm a woman, a very pretty woman.
You're a beautiful woman.
I don't have to buy any man.
I didn't say that.
I know all about Raoul. The men he's killed and the things he's had to stoop to because of people like you. How many men have you killed, Sheriff? And since when is gambling a crime?
Guess I made a mistake coming here.
You did. Now get out of here.
St. Louis reports on De Mornay. The fair city of Tombstone is unwilling to host to one Raoul De Mornay.
Now maybe he won't find the picking so easy in Tombstone. You think the article might drive him out of town?
I doubt it. His kind don't scare very easy. Speak of the devil.
I rather expected to find you here, Sheriff.
What do you want?
I think you know. Do you consider yourself a gentleman, Mr. Clyburn?
What are you getting at, De Mornay?
I think I know what he means, Clay. Yes, I consider myself a gentleman.
Oh, that pleases me. Accept my insult.
No, Clay. You have my challenge, sir.
You don't have to do this, Harris.
It is a matter of honor. I accept. With great pleasure. Unfortunately, I will have to act as my own second. Due to the shortage of gentlemen in Tombstone. I assume the sheriff will act for you, sir.
What are you after? Another murder?
Murder? No murder. There's no law against dueling in Arizona. Dueling is a part of culture. Man against man with equal weapons.
With a distinct advantage to a killer trained in the use of a dueling pistol.
An art, a refinement, a sophistication foreign to you people.
Foreign to the 4 men you killed?
I should know better than to expect you to know the niceties of gentlemen in combat. Your kind is better suited to brawling with your fists. Or shooting behind protection of wagon wheels.
You all through now?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you'd like to slap my face with your little gloves.
I shall be glad to oblige you after I dispose of Mr. Clyburn.
You're pretty sure of yourself.
Positive. If you will act as Mr. Clyburn's second, I will make arrangements now. As a challenge party, I choose pistols at 10 paces. Perhaps you can suggest a location and time.
Tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock. San Pedro Wash.
Excellent. Good night, gentlemen.
I've got an idea, Harris. It might work.
Well, what do you mean, Clay?
Well, as your second, I could substitute for you. It's perfectly within the dueling code. I know that much about it.
I'm fighting my own battles, Clay. There'll be no substitutions.
Look, Harris, you're a fine shot. But this is like putting a good fighter in the ring with a professional boxer.
I can't let any man put me in the position to be called a coward.
You're no coward.
Thanks.
Since the weapons are mine, you might wish to try a shot before.
Go on, Harris. Give you an idea how they balance.
That might be a good target. If you are kind enough to reload, we can get on with this business. It is not too late. I'm willing to forget the whole matter if you print a public retraction and apology.
I challenged you, de Morani. There'll be no retractions or apologies.
As you wish. After you.
The first choice is yours, sir.
At the word march, you'll each take 5 paces to my count. At the 5th pace, you can turn and fire at will. Are you ready?
Ready.
March. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I'm not ready to shoot. Perhaps tomorrow or another day, I'll let you know.
What are you trying, de Mornay?
Very simple. Mr. Clyburn owes me return of fire. I have the right to collect any time I choose. It's part of Code Duello.
He's right, Clay. He's got to call on me whenever he wants it.
Let's see that you remember that.
You were wonderful.
Oh, there is no satisfaction to take his miserable life.
De Mornay.
What now, Sheriff?
You use every trick in the book, don't you?
Trick?
Mm-hmm. That black suit against the trees. The way you stand to present the smallest possible target.
Mr. Clyburn could have done the same.
But you counted on his not thinking of it. He's never fought a duel before. How many have you fought, de Mornay?
Oh, you're beginning to tire me, Sheriff.
You really stacked the deck, don't you, gambler?
What did you say?
No wonder you let Clyburn take the test shot. You knew then that he couldn't hit you at a distance. If he'd proved to be an extremely good duelist, you would have fired before he had a chance to, wouldn't you? And another thing. You knew that if you killed him, you'd have me to fight next. All this talk about being a cultured gentleman makes it easy for you to weasel out of a duel that might go against you, doesn't it? Thought you'd never get around to that.
Are you a gentleman?
At your service, monsieur.
Nobody can talk to me like that.
I'll use my own iron. That gun against the most delicate weapon the world knows? Well, I guess that's what it is. It's the new world against yours. Your world's old, Damani.
One of honor.
One bullet, of course.
That's the code.
All right. Now we'll fight your way. And mine.
Are you ready? March. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Something you didn't figure on, Damani. You turned sideways to give us small target. Out here we crouch.
It would have been right between your eyes.
But it wasn't. Now I owe you a bullet.
All right? What are you waiting for? Get it over with.
No!
Don't you worry, my dear. He hasn't got the stomach for it.
You're right, Damani. I can't shoot a man in cold blood. Either you knew that or you got more courage than I gave you credit for.
I don't imagine you'll ever know, Sheriff.
I'll know soon enough because I'm not going to kill you. Hold it! I didn't say I wasn't going to take my shot. There's nothing in the dueling code says I have to shoot to kill. Now, do you know what I'm getting at?
I don't know what you mean.
Well, you're quite a card player in addition to being an excellent pistol shot. So I've got a proposition for you.
Go on.
First of all, forget that you owe the editor a bullet. Secondly, get out of Tombstone today.
Or
I put a bullet through your right wrist.
I don't understand you.
Without your right hand, you're as good as dead, Damani. No more duels, no more cheating at cards. You might even have to work.
You're an uncivilized savage.
To your way of thinking, maybe we are uncivilized. But this is a new country out here, and we got new rules. Take my advice. Get used to them or get out. You got 10 seconds to make up your mind. 5 seconds. Time's up, Damani.
I accept your terms. Sorry, my dear. I'm afraid in my own selfish way I have grown to love you.
I'll go with you. Nobody can stop me.
I guess I'll never understand women.
Does anybody?
Mrs. Stair and I are leaving Tombstone to be married. Will you accept my hand in sincere apology? I want to try living in this new world of yours. You said it has a new set of rules.
That's right.
Well, surely there must be a room for apology in those rooms. Ready?
Now, what do you think?
Understanding comes hard sometimes, but it's worth it in the end.
Whistle me up a memory. Whistle me back where I wanna be. Whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory. If your past has run afoul of the law, it's a handy place to be. 'Cause your future's just as good as your draw in Tombstone territory. Whistle me up a memory. Whistle me back where I wanna be. Whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory.
1883.
Favorite, Collins, hold it. You're under arrest.
Now, hold on, Sheriff. What for?
Murder. The express agent in Pantano. Where's your buddy Ellis?
Well,
You stand fast, Hollister. Thanks, mister.
My name's Hoyt, Jake Hoyt. Surprised a lawman of your reputation will get yourself mousetrapped.
Get going.
An actual account from the pages of my newspaper, the Tombstone Epitaph. This is the way it happened. In the town too tough to die.
Tombstone territory.
Come on, Clay, settle down.
Sure. Look, Charlie. I fell for the oldest trick in the books. I got mouse-trapped.
Well, you weren't the first one. Wild Bill Hickok got careless, too, and look what happened to him.
Yeah, shot in the back.
Lucky that fellow Hoyt was there to get Ellis for you.
You don't live very long being just lucky, Charlie.
Yeah, I guess you owe your life to him.
Yeah. You know, I don't know this fellow Hoyt. I guess I ought to be grateful to him. I don't think he's going to let me forget this. I'm going to get some dinner.
Yeah.
My name's Radcliffe. I own the place.
How are you? I think you heard mine.
You're mighty handy with that.
Your cub lawman got himself all jammed up. Somebody had to do something.
Had some experience as a peace officer?
The Dakotas, Wyoming.
Would you mind telling me why you came to Tombstone?
My specialty is taming tough towns. I want the sheriff's job.
Suppose you were the sheriff here. How would you have handled that business?
Why, to gun those two killers right away. Been ready for the third. Save the county the expense of a trial. Other guns around here think twice before tangling with me.
Well, the word would get around.
Well, if a lawman wants to enforce the peace, he's got to prove he's tougher than the town.
How do you feel about working along with other city officials?
No lawman can lone wolf it.
We think alike, Hoyt. I happen to be one of the county commissioners, and I'm concerned about crime in this town.
You need a man who can do a real job for you. People do say I guarantee results.
I believe you would make a good sheriff. I'll take the matter up with the other commissioners.
We do think alike.
Oh, Hoyt. I feel it's only fair to tell you that we may have trouble from Harris Claiborne, the editor of the Epitaph. He's a solid Hollister man.
Well, Mr. Radcliffe.
Yes?
Why not give the editor the story of how I saved Hollister's life? Might start him thinking.
You'll be sheriff.
None of that here. Got a fight outside.
What's going on here?
Nothing's going on now. Hoyt just took care of it.
What do you think, Bob?
That man Hoyt sure handled Ellis. I was there.
Some people are saying he might make a good sheriff.
No, he almost lost Hollister. Might be a real good idea to keep a man like Hoyt around.
Good morning, Radcliffe.
It was a good story on Jake Hoyt. It was a fine job of reporting.
Well, thank you, Homer. More people would back up the law like Hoyt did, we might have less crime in Tombstone.
I'm glad to hear that, Harris. It makes what I have to say a lot easier.
No?
I want to talk to you about our law enforcement problem.
Well, go on.
Well, Hollister's not measuring up.
You're dead wrong, Radcliffe. If Hollister hadn't had to twist your tail a couple of times, you wouldn't be so prejudiced. I think he's doing a fine job against big odds.
There's nothing personal in my feeling. Why, I think Hollister would make a first-rate deputy under a man like Jake Hoyt.
A deputy?
I spoke to Hoyt, and he's interested.
Well, you had no right to do that. Not without consulting the other commissioners.
I'm a lawyer. Don't talk to me about my rights. If I want to speak up against Hollister...
If you have any complaints against me, Mr. Radcliffe, bring them here.
All right, I will. 3 weeks ago, a stage was attacked and the driver was killed. Everybody figures a man named Al Coakley did it, and you haven't arrested him.
Al Coakley can't be found. I got bulletins out for him.
Jake Hoyt would have had him behind bars the day it happened. I'm calling on you for action, Hollister. I'd better get it.
He's found a new candidate for your job, and he intends to push it.
Well, looks like Hoyt's quite a hero around town.
I printed what happened, Clay.
Yeah.
And now I suspect he may have shot Ellis just to make a name for himself. But I can't print that. Not without proof.
We do know that Radcliffe always wanted a sheriff he could control.
Clay, just how much do you know about this, Hoyt?
I'll let you know.
Sorry, gents.
Hoyt?
Hello, Hollister.
I'd like to talk to you.
Why not? Go ahead. Well, look, I'm not playing cards for fun. I'm working these days for Radcliffe.
I know you're taking a job dealing. Thought you were after a different one.
Yeah, sheriff. I'd be mighty good at it.
Why don't you level, Hoyt? You killed Ellis to make a name for yourself, didn't you?
Oh, that's ingratitude. Doesn't your conscience bother you?
What about your conscience?
Got none. Was left out when I was born. I'm going to get you a job. You save yourself a heap of trouble by resigning.
I mean, why is it so important to you?
Well, Tombstone's the last of the wide-open towns. I like the ring of it. Sheriff of Tombstone.
Any other reason?
Public demand. Mr. Radcliffe's behind me 100%.
Mr. Radcliffe's always wanted a sheriff he could run.
If you're suggesting...
I'm suggesting that you get out of Tombstone.
You know, for your sake, Hollister, I hope it doesn't come to gunplay between us.
Well, don't force it.
You wouldn't have a chance. You got a conscience.
I hope so.
I saw that the other day when you didn't gun down those two. You got to decide to kill. That slows you down. Now, you take me. I'm always ready to kill.
Yeah. I got that impression.
You got to fight with your conscience whether or not to draw on a man. I don't. That gives me that big split-second edge.
Well, you know, facing fast guns like you is part of my job, and I'm still around.
I'll say one thing, Hollister. You don't scare easy.
That's right.
But if we do tangle, you'll be dead before your gun clears the holster.
Well, we both know where we stand. 3 bullets.
Just made the rounds on Allen Street. Everything's quiet.
Those bulletins I sent out brought results, Charlie.
Yeah?
Al Coakley's coming through.
Coakley?
Noon stage.
Yeah, maybe you can get a confession on that stage robbery.
Yeah. Think I'll ride out to meet him. Take him off the stage outside of town. If there's gunplay, there's no use having innocent bystanders get hurt.
You need another gun?
Yeah. Right here.
See you.
Table's closed. Table's closed. No cash in your chips.
Tucson just wired Hollister to take Al Coakley off the noon stage.
How do you know?
The telegraph office informed me. After all, I'm a commissioner.
Why are you telling me? Hollister will pick him up.
I just saw Hollister riding out of town, right at a time when he's needed most. And so I'm calling a meeting of the commission and demanding an immediate ouster for Hollister.
Now, hold off on that meeting. I'll haul Al Coakley off the stage.
The duly constituted officer failed in his duty, so you were forced to make a citizen's arrest.
What does this Coakley look like?
According to the telegram, dark, square jaw, clean shaven, about 6 feet tall, lean, wearing a black suit.
You sure got good connections.
I hope the one I made with you isn't a mistake.
Now relax. I'll make you a good sheriff.
What time is it?
About 12:30. Almost a half hour late.
Not nervous, are you? I am. I hope we're doing the right thing.
Well, if Hollister can't do his job, somebody's got to.
If you have to whistle, keep on the tune. Have you spotted him?
Nope. Dust her off a little, she'll be okay.
Pay attention.
Well, that's what I'm doing. Hold it. Stand back, all of you.
It's all right. Somebody get Deputy Riggs. This man is a wanted criminal.
Yeah, the man Hollister was afraid to face. Al Coakley. Charlie, I've had to print my share of grim stories in the epitaph. But this one stops them all.
Al Coakley, Charlie. Log him up.
Clay, while you were gone, Hoyt gunned down another man. Thought he was Coakley.
What?
Killed him as he stepped off the stage.
You mean that Hoyt shot an innocent man?
It was hard for me to believe, too, when Charlie first told me. Hoyt and Radcliffe met the stage. I guess they figured it was a chance to show you up by taking Coakley.
They didn't know you were picking him up outside town.
Why should they? Hoyt wouldn't understand taking an outlaw before he hit town. He'd want an audience.
Well, the man was about Coakley's size.
Yeah, it must have been George Butler. I got his identification when I stopped the stage.
Anyhow, Hoyt killed him.
He was a traveling salesman, Harris. Unarmed. Hoyt couldn't wait. He couldn't take the time to find out he had that gun out and he had to use it. How did Hoyt know that he was on that stage?
I figure Radcliffe. He has his ways of getting information.
Well, it's my job to protect lives, not to see them taken. An innocent man's dead because a gunslinger wants to be sheriff. Well, he's going to get his chance.
Hoyt been in?
I ain't seen him. Radcliffe? Nope. Mr. Radcliffe ain't in. Sheriff, I told you he ain't in. I thought he was out.
Hollister, I did what I did because I figured it was right.
I know why you did
It
it.
seemed to me Hoyt was the man who could stop crime in Tombstone. I made an honest mistake, that's
Well,
all.
your mistake has already cost the life of one man.
Believe me, Hollister, I regret that.
Well, the account's not closed yet, because the killing isn't over with. Unless Hoyt surrenders himself on a murder charge. Where is he?
Well, I don't know.
You're lying.
I tell you I don't know.
Well, I'll find him. I'll keep looking until I do. You can tell him that.
Otis, come here.
I tried to keep him out, Mr. Radcliffe.
Get word to Hoyt. Tell him Hollister's out to get him. Say we've had enough gunplay and tell him he's got to get out of town.
Who is it?
Otis.
Come in.
Sheriff's gunning for you. Radcliffe wants you to leave town.
Oh, plan misfired, and that's enough for him, huh? Well, it's not enough for me.
Mean you're going to shoot down the sheriff?
Hollister's looking for me, isn't he?
Yeah, but you can't...
All right, he finds me, I kill him. It's self-defense.
Yeah, but Radcliffe said
I'm not taking orders from Radcliffe. With Hollister dead, nobody argues with me. Now get out.
Clay.
Yeah, Charlie?
Seemed to me if I was Hoyt, I'd hop the first stage out of town.
Not him.
Well, I checked it anyhow. No signs of it. Let me go along with you to take him in.
Yeah. This is between him and me.
Just ride in?
Yeah.
You know Jake Hoyt?
Yeah, I know him. I ought to. He won a lot of money off of me in the card game, and nobody's that lucky.
Have you seen him lately?
No. Hey, listen, if you do find him, good luck.
How good is this Hoyt with a gun?
From all I hear, he's as good as they come.
Faster than Clay?
I hope not.
Because Hoyt's out of hiding. One of my printers just saw him down around 7th and Toughnut, heading up toward Allen. There ought to be something we can do.
This is Clay's fight. He wants it this way.
Yeah, I know. But he needs every edge he can get. At least we can tell him that Hoyt's out of hiding and ready to meet him.
Point is to find Clay.
Well, I figure we'll have 2 chances if we separate. You start with 3rd, and I'll head down 7th. We'll both keep doubling back toward Allen.
For the first time in my life, I'm thinking of shooting a man in the back if I see Hoyt.
Radcliffe, where are you going?
Frankly, I'm trying to find Hoyt. I understand he's here to kill Hollister. I intend to beg him not to carry this any farther.
It's a little late for that.
On Allen Street.
Where on Allen Street?
Somewhere's around 6 by now, I guess. Probably coming along Allen this way.
Thank you, Charlie.
You've been looking for me. Here I am.
I'm going to give you a chance to submit to arrest.
Nobody's ever arrested me.
I aim to.
You can try. Just remember that split-second edge.
Your edge is gone, Hoyt. Either you're coming in or I'm going to draw on you. Make your decision. He's still breathing. See that he's got taken care of. Doc Cunningham says Hoyt will live. There'll be a murder charge, and he'll need a lawyer.
You mean me? The answer is no.
It seems to me, Radcliffe, you and Hoyt were partners. At least that's the way it's going to appear in my editorial.
You're writing an editorial about this?
That's right. Maybe this will start the town taking action against you. And remind everybody that it takes more to make a good peace officer than just a fast gun.
Yeah. But you wouldn't be a peace officer long without one.
Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be, whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory. If your past has run afoul of the law, it's a handy place to be. 'Cause your future's just as good as your draw in Tombstone territory. Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be. Whistle a tune that'll carry me